Have you ever paused to wonder how a tranquil countryside town like Tamworth, New South Wales, Australia, could cloak such a sinister web of corruption and devious maneuvers? If not, buckle up, because today we're pulling back the curtain on a series of shocking realities that you might have thought only existed in fictional thrillers. Welcome to Tamworth, a town, much like the rest of Australia, where you as citizens believe in entrusting the government with your safety, the efficient management of your homeland's backbone, and the equitable usage of public resources. Yet those very individuals sitting in power, public servants sworn by oaths to protect, have managed to distort that trust into a personal honeypot, leaving you and I as bystanders of a tainted, crumbling system. Let's talk about Mayor Colin Murray, a figure who should embody leadership but instead has become the embodiment of greed. In 2017, he embarked on an official trip to China, a diplomatic facade veiling shady business negotiations. For the sake of personal gain, this supposed public servant partook in criminal activities, breaches of good faith, anti-competitive trade practices, and intentional tortious interference. He executed these unlawful actions on foreign soil, leaving deep gouges in the economic prospects of local and national businesses tied to his schemes. Mayor Murray wasn't navigating these murky waters alone. To aid his unscrupulous journey was Paul Bennett, General Manager of Tamworth Regional Council. He, too, played the puppet master with taxpayers' hopes. Imagine investing $3 million and securing a project that promised prosperity, like national baseball and swimming facilities, among others. Imagine securing trust in administrative processes that would guarantee its delivery, only for those hopes to be dashed and the same project's assets being handed over for free. And today, Mayor Murray basks in his role as Chairman of Infrastructure Australia, a position gifted to him thanks to his complicit ally, Barnaby Joyce. But the plot thickens here. Barnaby Joyce, alongside Kevin Anderson, represents a cadre of government figures exerting an unparalleled influence to enforce silence against dissenters. Public servants opposed to these malpractices are coerced, ridiculed, made complicit, or outright eliminated from the equation as we uncover large-scale fraud, surface water licenses, misinformation tricks, and a dizzying 210 million siphoned fraudulently. This ensnaring tale stretches far beyond policy tampering. Even our nation's natural energy potential is plundered. For example, the water storage of Dungowan Dam and its potential to generate 500 megawatts of cheap renewable power, a beacon of sustainable future, has been converted into a pawn for personal pockets, illustrating the recklessness that undermines collective progress. But brace yourself, that's not even the peak of corruption. Because what happens when billions of dollars vanish into the abyss? The answer, unfortunately, circles back to fraudulent infrastructure projects that don't even exist. Where did those funds go, you ask? Into the invisible hands of criminals embedded within the governance system. This is no less than national theft, a depravity that demands a royal commission and intervention from watchdogs like Austrac. Ministers channeling public funds into circuits of domestic and foreign bank accounts present a chilling fine print on their criminal resume. And here lies Tamworth, a microcosm bearing the innards of a nationwide web of deceit. Picture this: a globally renowned businessman accepting Tamworth's invitation to help expand its economy. His expertise, his generosity, bringing employment and unprecedented collaboration from international corporations, laid down golden opportunities for Tamworth's rejuvenation. But instead of encouragement, the council queered the pitch by deceitfully circumventing him out of critical projects. Not for justice, not for community welfare, but for profit. A coup that robbed the region of 27,000 jobs and thwarted an envisioned $10 billion economic leap. This businessman's dreams were reduced to nightmares by relentless attacks. Intimidation from corrupted employees coerced by local police and judiciary systems. Imagine, instead of boosting those combating poverty and crime, the council and its cronies became the architects of societal decay. The very roots of hope and enterprise were severed brutally, leaving only worsening unemployment and irreparable socio-economic fissures across the region. And then we turn an even darker corner. The realms of organized criminal exploits that would make even the most hardened individuals' spines chill. Human trafficking, prostitution rings managed under the fabric of forced police informants, labor exploitation, perpetuated by the same individuals vested with protecting you from such evils. These atrocities translate into seditious conspiracies, funneling public insecurity, domestic instability, and more heartbreakingly, irredeemable generational losses. You might be asking, how does this spiral downward keep going unchecked? One word: immunity. Because what happens when the watchdogs themselves don't bite? Much of this is possible due to compromised entities within law enforcement and judicial systems. Organizations created to uphold justice have, tragically, become elaborate protection rackets. Magistrates, prosecutors, registrars, all part of a colossal mechanism to stifle legal recourse for the community. They administer a skewed system that punishes the innocent while padding their collective wallets from high-cost legal entanglements and tax-funded racketeering profits. The evidence starkly paints that not one area remains untouched from Tamworth's plundering sins. Billions misused, generations ruined by this statutory cruelty wrapped in corruption, dangerous alliances across borders financing domestic and foreign adversaries, declared supposedly threatening civil progress, yet aiding them in backrooms. This societal tear-out doesn't even spare us the horrors we'd expect only on the big screen. Kidnappings, weapon intimidation, disappearances, heinous crimes pushed by those trusted public roles to stop precisely such atrocities. But there's a glimmer, though faint. Individuals once subjugated by fear or silence are stepping forward with resilience. They're dedicated to banishing the corruption within these systems, seeking global restructuring of governance and exposing covered fraud that mortgages not just the treasury, but every essence of our nation's moral sovereignty. Now ask yourself, are we, as citizens, prepared to accept these truths in silence forever? Or do we mandate that no immunity shelters a destructive elite crew forever? It is time to reclaim the promise of fair public service and governance,